Yeah, that's right. I saw this tank available on the launcher to the game, and I thought, yep, I just have to go and get it myself. It's almost as if this tank was made for me. A premium Tier 7 Challenger 1 Wolf. The question is, though, is it worth the price tag of 7,000 gold? Now, that's not something I can definitively say yes or no to. I can give you a little bit of information, though, to help you go and make up your own mind. First of all, let's go and have a look at the stats of this vehicle. Alpha damage. The damage is 459 average with a penetration of 423 millimeters. Now at tier 7 that's not amazing, but it's also not really that bad. It does mean that you're going to have to spend your time aiming for weak spots or waiting for your target to show you the flanks of their tank. It's not as if you're going to be able to drive around and flank the enemy, because this is a Challenger 1. It's not exactly a fast light tank. Sustained damage per minute 3,480 and a reload time of just shy of 8 seconds. Hit points little over, well, technically a little under 2,700. Mobility max speed 55.8 kilometers an hour and 0 to 32 kilometers in 7.3 seconds. Camouflage, I don't really understand these numbers all that much, apart from the view range. I understand that the view range is 420 meters, although I have upgraded this with a class 1 or a Mark 1 vision augmented optics. So I've put that on, so that's possibly why we've got 420 rather than just a normal 400. Targeting, the gun depression is basically -7 to +2 degrees, so the gun depression is not bad at all on this tank. Turret traverse is 33.6 degrees a second. Accuracy is basically 0.09 degrees. Accuracy spread, and aiming time is 2.5 seconds. And these will all be with my fairly decent crew. I've got rank 5 on all of these guys. I can't remember if this tank comes with a fully trained crew. I think it does, actually. And my commander is fully trained up, but he's not really the best for this tank. I haven't quite unlocked that guy yet. Having a look at the armour. Versus AP, we've got on the turret front 676 effective armour and 651 on the hull. 550 on the sides and 527 on the sides of the hull. 186 in the rear of the turret and 124 in the rear of the hull. Against HE, everything's the same. But against shaped charge ammunition, this is something a little bit different, because we do have ERA plating all over this tank, as you can see here. That puts the front of this tank up to an absolutely whopping 1,177 effective armour on the front of the turret, 1,134 on the front of the hull. And as you can see, everything else goes up dramatically. Nearly 1,000 millimeters of effective armour on all fronts, on the sides at least, of both the hull and the turret. And obviously the rear arm is not that great, but I have pulled off some kind of interesting bounces off the ass of this tank. Okay, well that's enough for having a look at this tank in the garage. Let's go and have a look and see how well it performs on the battlefield. Okay, this is Operation Kodiak.
They're still going for the cargo terminal.
This is the first time I really had a good feel for this tank. Starting off, just taking some pot shots at the first tanks that pop up. Now, this is basically recorded post-process, so you can't see what I'm aiming at, and I'm having to control the camera angles manually. So right now, I'm just moving up towards the main objective and just taking shots at any tanks that are visible once my gun is reloaded. You can see that the rest of the team are moving up with me, so I'm not going up alone. But at this point, I was in first-person mode and couldn't see what I was doing that well. But as you can see, I'm having no trouble penetrating these tanks at the moment, but this is only on medium difficulty. So we're moving up, taking some shots there. Either I didn't wait for that to fully aim, or I just donked the shots on, or it just bounced. But you can see here that between me and the other Challenger one, the non-premium, we are just making mincemeat out of this little tank. And so far I have taken absolutely no damage whatsoever. Turning around, we see another tank, fires at us, and it bounces yet again. So that absolutely amazing armor rating is basically keeping us free of any type of damage whatsoever. We're pretty much just able to just shrug off shots from any of these tanks. Now, as you can see, we do have a use of smoke grenades, which you use with the G key. At this point, I didn't actually know that this tank had smoke grenades, because I hadn't had it all that long. And I'll be honest, I wasn't used to the different functions of armoured warfare over World of Tanks. I'm still kind of in the World of Tanks mentality. I've only been playing this game about a week or two at most. But as you can see, at the moment we've not got that many tanks against us, and the ones that we do have are just focusing on others, and we are able to get ourselves around the map and deal damage to them when we are needed. I did say earlier that this tank wasn't exactly the most mobile, but it's not sluggish either. As you can see, we're cruising quite comfortably at about 30 kilometers right now. And we're just moving off to the next objective, and we're one of the only ones that are going to be here at this point, so we're going to be the focus of attention. There we go, there is another one of the NPC tanks, and again I'm driving over things because I'm not paying attention to where I'm going. Keeping my frontal armour pointed towards these tanks at all times. Now, in the Challenger you can get away with angling your armour very, very well. I mean, a lot of tanks in this game you can't manage to do that, especially since the way the armour penetration is worked out in this game. But that tank that we were focusing on has gone down, and this one that we're looking at now, it's bounced a few shots off us so far, but we've also taken just a little bit of damage. I think somebody's been firing high explosive at us, because nothing else is really making a dent in this tank. So I'm trying to face hug this one to make sure that he can't aim for what few weak spots this tank has in the front, and we managed to ram it to death. Admittedly, it was only 43 hit points, but oh well. Now, getting around here, we want to make sure that we have the front of the tank pointed towards the corner as much as possible when we go around. We do not want to show our side armour. Even though our side armour, when versing shape-charged ammunition, is close to 1000 effective armour, it's still not the best of ideas to go out completely side-on to enemy tanks. Only an idiot would do that. But oh well. So we're going to move up, and we're going to try and take out these two tanks ahead of us. So we stop to aim. There we go. We take one of them out. Yet another bounce coming against us. And that's a sound that you get very familiar with in this tank, is the shells just bouncing off the armour. Now, there's one ahead and there's one off on our flank into the rear. There it is. So I know I said I didn't want to go and drive sideways on, but at this point I was looking elsewhere because I noticed that that tank was not looking at me. And that one ahead of us, I'm going to keep my armour pointed towards him to bounce any shots that he may fire at us, but then take some shots at this guy over here. So I'm not sure if he's actually even paying attention to us, and as you can see I am actually pointing my armour sideways onto him, but it doesn't matter because he's gone and was not paying a single iota of attention to us. So still just firing on this tank ahead of us, and he's not paying attention to us either, but we do end up with this tank spawning behind us, and he takes a shot into our side armour as we're getting our armour turned around, and it doesn't penetrate either. It just goes to show how insanely well armoured this tank is. And you can see that we're doing nice consistent damage to him as well. We did take some damage there, but we need to kill this guy here, and it was basically that tank right behind us that did some damage to us. We've taken another hit, and we have now got a damaged gun. So let's get the tank turned around, but we're going to back off into the cap circle because we know there are tanks coming this way. So we'll get around the corner so they can only come at us from one of two directions. So stop to aim, fire, and we do some good damage. And we've got a lot of tanks, well, 2 tanks ahead of us at the moment, and we're quite happily able to just tank their hits very, very comfortably. Finish off the second tank because that's the one that's more of a pain in the backside because it's out the way. And now we're going to go and fire on this one. If it looks like it was actually firing through the front of the turret, which penetrates quite easily. So we're just keeping him to the front of us so he can't get around the side of us. Now there is somebody coming around the side, so let's get our armor turned around. Doesn't matter, that guy's gone now. And then that guy's gone as well. Now we do have a few more tanks, another couple of hits to our side, taking our tracks out and pinning us in place, but the tanks are going to come back up very soon. Get our armor turned around. Look at this guy. And set that guy on fire. Very, very nice. Now another guy off on the side. Again, more bounces. But as it's already been established, the armor on this machine is absolutely spectacular. And that's pretty much it. Now, as you can see, we did manage to get ourselves 25,000 experience and 213,000 credits just for that one mission. Now, this was a medium mission, and I have gotten a lot more on this tank, credits-wise, but that was a really nice amount of experience. Now, that was with the 30% boost that you get for the first week of playing the game, with plus 30% credits and experience. So as the last replay was done in the replay system, I'm going to go and do this one live. So we're going to start a hard contact, and this is going to be Operation Snakebite. Okay, so as you can see, I have got 44 Sabo loaded and 4 Hesh. The Hesh is really not that great, but as you can see from the front, this Leopard 2 is a little bit more difficult to pen. Now let's see what we've got down here. Now we did take a penetration there, and we've done some critical track damage there, but these tanks are going to be very difficult to penetrate because I am not top tier this time. So I'm going to have to look for some serious weak spots, and as you can see, there are not many. I have to wait for the tanks to show me their side armor or actually look for the weak spots. There we go, that's that one down. Can we see any weak spots on this guy on the Ariete? Nope, we don't need to when we get a shot at the engine deck at the back. But as you can see, even looking at the lower glacis on the Ariete is a bit of a lottery as to whether or not we're going to get through. And I'm falling down a ditch, didn't notice that. Okay, nope, nothing there. Come on, where is a weak spot? And that was a bounce, even though it showed green. So let's wait for the ammo. There we go, doesn't matter. We've got it down. Now, as you can see, our team is comprised of nothing but Challenger 1s and one Ramkin 99. So we've got a couple of tanks around the corner.
Black Company, new objective.
So let's move up on the flank and get some flanking shots into the side of this guy. We saw that one bounce, but having to wait for flanking shots because otherwise we're not going to be able to pen all that easily. So there we go, managed to get a shot into the side of the turret of the Leopard 2A6. It took a little bit of damage, not going to get a good shot there. Come on, back off. There we go, another shot into the side of the tank. Keep our armor faced front, and even so, we're still taking damage. So, come on, give us the side of your tank. There we go, it doesn't matter, he's gone. And now we've got a Stingray around the corner. There it is. Now, as you can see, moving uphill is kind of a little bit awkward with this tank. It's not like like I said, it's not the most mobile. There we go. We were able to penetrate the lower glacis of that tank very easily. And let's move up, give him a choice of targets. Nice damage roll. And let's follow him around. Let's go for the ammo bustle. No penetration. Ah, it was too angled. Either that or it was just too good or too well armoured. It doesn't matter, he's gone now. And we do have a shot down on this salvaged T90 MS, but I don't think we're going to get any penetrating hits there. No, we didn't. So, going Geronimo, thankfully, not taking any damage, but artillery is incoming on this area, so we need to move. We are spotted. Let's move up and let's have a look at... As you can see, the challenges around us are not taking any damage either. So let's get moved up.
They're destroying the city. We have to make sure this doesn't happen again.
And there's a Terminator. And there's the artillery. And a named. We need to go take that named out. So we're going to have shots at the named guy, but where is he? Ooh, where's that? Saw a weak spot on the front, but it's so small, it's hard to hit. But he is aiming at us. And he's turning his armor to the side on, so that's great. Get a shot at his engine deck. Hopefully set him on fire. Come on, come on, come on. Need a shot on him. He's hiding behind cover, so I can't really see him all that well. I think I accidentally bounced one of the shots from the Challenger behind me. So, sorry guys. Didn't mean to do that. Do I have a shot? Yes, we do. There we go. Now, we've got to be careful because there is artillery behind us, but he shouldn't be able to hit us this close. So, moving on towards the Ariete.
Identify.
The Ariete is looking at us, so keeping my armor angled. No, he's not looking at us anymore. Okay.
Hold the reinforcements.
Again, we're having to look for side shots and... Ooh, there we go. We managed to bounce that shot, so that was nice. What have we got? We got... There we go. Okay, keep our armor pointed towards the enemy. What have we got here? Abrams. No shots as yet. Ooh. Do we have a shot up at the artillery? Yes, we do. Let's go and take that. Get another couple of shots on him. Keep our armor pointed towards the Abrams. So a shot into the Abrams, and let's see if we can take that artillery out of the equation. The gun is very accurate. And we'll keep looking at the Paladin. Wait for our gun to reload. There we go. Taking him out. Okay. Okay, we can pen the lower of a T90, so that's not bad at all. And, you know, just for the sake of it, let's go and use our smoke grenades. So it fires off in the direction which you are looking. Now, I only fired it off just for the sake of it.
Good work.
And we have finished the mission.
This should be a heavy blow to the PLM. They won't be blowing up anything for a while.
So that was victory on Operation Snakebite. With the standard account that I'm running, I got 9,253 reputation and 221,000, well, basically 222,000 credits, all but the kicking and screaming. You can see that I would have earned substantially more had I been running a premium account, but that's the reason I got the Challenger 1, is that I didn't need to run a premium account. Let's have a look at where we came in the team. We came second in this team. We did, let's see, we were number 3 on damage, number 2 on kills, number 3 on assists, but we spotted the most, which is one of the reasons why we came number 2 on the team in total. Let's have a look at the details. So we killed 5 enemies, Damage 13, we fired 24 shots and 24 landed on target. We didn't miss any shots. So that just goes to show that the gun is fairly accurate. We caused a potential damage of 2,388. Total damage caused 7,712. Now let's have a look at the protection. We managed to mitigate 1,917 damage against ourselves. We received 12 hits and we actually only took 805 damage, so that's really not bad. So we got a damage mitigation ratio of 2.38. So that's how many shots we managed to bounce compared to how many we actually went and had penetrate against us. So that's not bad at all. Now, the question that was posed at the beginning of this video is this tank really worth 7,000 gold? Or, from what I understand, around about 20 euros. Now, I do think that this is a fairly good tank. It seems to be basically just a carbon copy of the Challenger 1, but it is premium, so it's going to get you more credits and more reputation. And especially if you don't want to run a premium account, it is a very nice substitute for earning extra credits. Now, that will mean that you're not going to be getting as much reputation on the rest of your tanks, but you can still convert it over. So, at the end of the day, it really depends on what you want out of the game, what kind of tanks you enjoy playing. If you already have the Challenger 1 non-premium, then you'd pretty much be getting the exact same tank again, just with better earning potential. If you don't already have it, then it might be a very nice addition to your garage, because it will, like I said, give you a faster way of earning credits. Because it is a tier 7 premium, and that is very, very nice. But at the end of the day, it's all down to you whether or not you think this tank is worth your time or not. But anyway, that's the last word of mine on the subject. I do hope you've enjoyed the video. I've been Commander Chaos Wolf, you guys have been epic. I will see you soon. And until then, Commanders, keep flying and stay shiny.